Hey guys, Sean here from 034Motorsport. Today, I'm going to walk you through replacing your rotor rings on your 034Motorsport two-piece rotors, as well as the proper torquing procedure for the brake rotor hardware. Alright, to get started, we're going to need a couple tools. The first one is going to be a 1/4 inch torque wrench. Next up, just a wrench with a 4mm Allen socket. Of course, your replacement hardware. Some high temperature Loctite, we like to use 243 for this, as well as an electric ratchet to help speed things up. Alright, let's start by flipping the rotor onto its face, exposing all of the mounting hardware on the back. You want to take your 4mm wrench and just break all 10 of these, and then you can go ahead and use your electric ratchet to zap all these out. Alright, now that our hardware is loose, we can go ahead and remove this rotor ring. If your brake rotors had some use on track, some of these D-bobbins may not come out of the rotor hat as easily, so you'll just want to make sure to press them out nice and easily without damaging the aluminum ring. Alright, now that you've gone ahead and removed all of the old hardware, you can throw it away, as the new rotor rings do include new mounting hardware. Now you can go ahead and gather all of your new mounting hardware and begin to assemble. I like to typically pre-assemble all 10 sets of the bolts before I install them onto the rotor hat and the ring. So for this, what you're going to do is take one bolt, take your round washer, take your McLaren spring, and then finally take your square washer and place that on. And then I like to do all 10 of these before mounting them. So go ahead and take your new replacement rotor ring and lay it down face up on the table so that the ears are facing you. Next, you want to take your rotor hat and lay it down on your rotor ring, and be sure to line up each one of these 10 holes. Once you have that lined up, you can go ahead and start taking your D-bobbins and placing them into the hole. It's worth noting that the D-bobbins are shaped like a D, so the flat side you'll want to be facing towards the rotor hat. Alright, now that you have all of your D-bobbins in your rotor, you can go ahead and flip this on its side. Sometimes I find this easier to place the whole rotor in a vice grip just so it can stay upright, but for this I'll go ahead and do it on the table. Next, we can go ahead and put some Loctite on each one of the bolts. It's worth noting that when you are inserting these bolts into the D-bobbins, they are directional. So on the McLaren spring, there's a little lip. You want to make sure that the lip is towards the inside of the rotor. When tightening down the hardware, you want to make sure that the McLaren springs are symmetrical as best as you can. Don't worry about it too much, as we haven't done our final torquing yet. Alright, now that we have all the hardware started in here, we can go ahead and use our electric ratchet again just to zip them down, but we'd want to make sure that they're not too tight and that there's still a little wiggle room so we can do our final torquing. So now that our hardware is mostly tight, we can begin the torquing procedure. For this, you want a 1/4 inch torque wrench that's set to 10 Newton meters, or about 7.4 foot-pounds. We'll want to start on the one that's furthest away from us and skip 3, so we'll do this one here. Alright, and then we'll count 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do the third one here. And this installation order is included in your installation instructions if you do get confused. Alright, now that we've gone ahead and finished torquing these brake rotors down, we can reinstall them on our car and head out to the track. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email us at techsupport@034motorsport.com.